We can
You'll be
provide all
collecting
those
that right
details.
now, I would think. Yeah. Okay, let's get back to our 102, 103. Are we back there yet, Councillor Barker?
102 is the graph on the right. I could make another sketch there.
There is a legend in the top left-hand corner of the graph. The yellow lines are the sort of LTCCP predictions. The reddy ones, terracotta, whatever colour you'd like to call it, are the actual. So we're tracking well ahead of where we planned we were.
It's the yellow piece in the legend that is illegible.
Yeah.
But what does this mean? Can you just tell me what it means? We're tracking ahead, we're getting more, we're doing less?
We set out with a program to undertake initial control, which means bringing possums down to low levels throughout the region. And this really tracks the progress with that. It says that we now have 907,000 hectares of the region, and that's productive land within the region. So the total there is around about 1 million hectares of land with low possum numbers.
Oh, well, thank you for that. I was looking at it last night and thinking, oh, this could mean we've got increasing possums.
Low possum numbers.
The other one would be happy.
Yeah.
104, 105. Councillor Hewitt.
If you can please tell me what McLean scale 4 is.
Yes.
I haven't read that anywhere yet.
Yeah, I think McLean scale is a measure of rabbit densities, and it goes. A little bit subjective, but it's the only sort of scale that we've got of describing rabbit numbers.
I mean, I see them every day. I'm not very good at running them over, but I hear people complaining about rabbits around the town, and so I'm wondering, are we doing something about it?
Yeah.
Are we doing something about it?
Absolutely. When they're above McLean scale 4, we do speak to the landowner. We have a fund that we sort of accumulate on an annual basis, but that is designed to meet 50% of rabbit control costs, provided the landowner is willing to meet the other 50%. And that can be quite a substantial cost. We've recently completed one, I think we've done this year, and we're talking there sort of a high, getting close to $200,000. So it's a substantial cost when you get into these things.
Through you, Mr. Chairman, that's based on landowners bringing to the council's attention their concern about the density of rabbits, or are we observing that somehow or another?
No, it's largely landowners or their neighbours bringing so it's the result of an inquiry or a complaint.
Okay, let's keep going. Let's try and tidy this up if we could. I think we're up to 107. Councillor Barker.
I see we've got it here on the right-hand column, the middle paragraph, in progress, a review of liquefaction potential in Hawke's Bay commenced. Can we have an update on that? It just seems to be it's going to be a long time until we get that report, January 2015. We're all focused now on liquefaction given its effect in Christchurch. And it is an issue here, and we need to be on top of it. I was wondering if we can have an update, or I can have a briefing with it, doesn't matter which, on what we're doing here.
Absolutely no problem with that. Ian MacDonald is the person, but Lisa Pearce could also give you a briefing. So whatever's easiest for you. Do you want a specific arrangement, or do you want to try and see if somebody's around after this meeting?
I might come back, but I'd like just
Yep.
brief me off the great.
Yep.
Thank you. Page 108, 109. 1011. 12, 13, 15, 16, 17, to the transport stuff here, 18, 19. Community Partnerships, 2021. Councillor Belford. 22. Let's go there.
There's a reference to 97 stakeholder groups. I would take this to be an important form of our engagement with the community and would range from very elaborate processes like the tank group, for example, down through whatever, biodiversity groups or what have you. Could I see a list of these groups at some point?
Certainly, Councillor, they're listed actually in our community engagement strategy, our comms and community engagement strategy. So that was the reason for the comment about the re-audit. We need to update and keep that refreshed. But yeah, we'll get you a copy of that document, and that has them all listed. Okay. And if anyone else would like that document as well, send it out.
Useful, yeah. Thank you. 23, 24, 25, 26. May I say this has been quite useful. We haven't gone through it in this level of scrutiny for some time. Thank you, Councillor Barker. On that note, you're happy to move that we accept the report?
I so move.
We have a seconder in Councillor Scott. You wish to speak? Councillor Barker, no. Anyone else wish to speak? Thank you. Put that motion, and all those in favour please say aye. Contrary, no. Thank you. That's been useful. Now, there was a request from staff due to a bereavement that people dealing with the public excluded item need to get away to a funeral. And I'm just seeking your indulgence here. I thought we may have been actually through by now, but we've got some further discussion around general business, etc. I'm going to ask the indulgence of council that perhaps we deal with the public excluded items so that section of our staff team could get away and attend a very sad event. Any view on that, dissension?
I would have thought we could be finished by 12:30.
We probably could, but unless we just...
I've got no objection other than it's a bit disruptive for members of the public.
Well, it is, absolutely. But should we deal with that now, perhaps?
Take 5 minutes.
It should take 5 minutes, but someone happy to move us into public excluded then to deal with that issue? Yeah, Councillor Bevan, Councillor Graham, seconding. All those in favour, please say aye. Contrary, no. Carried. Let's deal with the minute.